Hey, what's up, everyone? Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound, and today we're gonna actually do something different, something I've never done before, and based off of previous feedback from some of my patrons and subscribers, they want to see some of the older coins, and most importantly, they want to see some of the other coins that have sold. Maybe not specifically on some of the big auction houses. You know, we keep talking about Long Beach Sale or the CSNS or things like that. But really, just kind of like a monthly revolving 30-day, just recap of coins sold on eBay. I figure, hey, you know what? That's probably not a bad idea. There are a few people that do it on YouTube, not specifically about coins, but other things. But, I wanted to kind of translate that into a formal presentation for each and every single one of you. So please, your feedback is greatly appreciated. What do you like about this report? Do you want to see less coins? Do you want to see more coins? I could do a top 20. But, I figure for the month of November, we're going to explore the top 10 coins to sell for the most amount of money on eBay for November 2020. So we're already a few days into December. I actually had some computer work done, so I've been without my laptop, and some other equipment for about the last 4 days, or actually 3.5, more appropriately. But I wanted to get this out there to kind of get some general feedback on what you guys think. So we're going to look at the top 10, all from November. And if you guys like it, we're going to go ahead and do the same kind of recap at the beginning of every subsequent month. So it should be a lot of fun. We're going to go ahead and, just kind of take a look at the market, see how everything goes. And, yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the number 10 coin on the list. And it's going to be an 1893S Morgan silver dollar. Now, for those of you that are familiar with this series, everybody knows the 1893S, the only business strike coin that should matter is this one right here. It's not a coin that is easily obtainable, okay? It's low mintage. It's the preferential key in the entire series. There are people, that counterfeit these, all right? So you want to make sure that the example that you are purchasing is legitimate, a genuine example. But this one right here is the number 10 coin on the list. So as you can see, it's a PCGS XF 45 example. It's just a nice, wholesome coin. Coins like this in mint state are seldom seen, and they are prohibitively expensive. Unless you wanted to take a second mortgage out of your house, or better yet, sell your house in order to afford one of these, that's what it'll take. So generally, these coins are out of reach for a lot of, just kind of the more casual collectors, kind of like myself. And it's no surprise that this coin is even on the list. I would expect something like this to be on a top 10 or a top 20 every month, because it is one of the most chase-worthy of coins. Now, as you can see, it's also CAC backed. Just a tremendous, again, looking circulated example. Listing-wise, it sold for $15,100 November 10th. All right, and again, no surprise that it was sold by one of the bigger auction houses in the game, David Lawrence Rare Coins. He's been around the business quite some time. But yeah, $15,100 for an XF45 93S is about the going rate. As a matter of fact, it might be a little bit higher than what it normally is, for the fact that the coin market is up a little bit. So when it comes to these type of rarities, okay, you would expect just amazing bidding or just a lot of interest for these pieces, especially when it comes to an investment. Okay, so the number 9 coin on the list is gonna floor you guys, because it's not your typical coin that would normally show up on this kind of list. But we have a 1966 Kennedy half dollar. This one grades out at a top pop PCGS mid state 67 plus. It's also got some nice toning. This initial photo right here doesn't show just the quality of the toning. There are, if you wanted to, you could always go back and look at this coin, and there are true views, which show just the amazing rainbow of colors that are on not only the obverse, but the reverse of the coin as well. So this is a very high-end coin. Better suited for a registry set, I would say. That'd be really the only reason why you would spend this kind of money on this coin. But in any event, this one right here was sold by LS Rare Coins back November 18th, and it sold for $15,105. You could kind of catch a glimpse of the true views there on the bottom left-hand screen on the thumbnails. Again, this is a top pop made for a registry, and yes, people do spend this kind of money on some relatively modern coins. We won't see too many more modern coins on the list. As a matter of fact, that pretty much is the extent of it as far as age goes. But the next coin on the list, number 8, is going to be a 1921 Mercury Dime. Okay, not your run-of-the-mill Mercury Dime. This is considered a key date in the series, along with the 21D. Okay, so there are no San Francisco minted 21s. So you're stuck with the Philadelphia and the Denver, but both coins offer a lot of challenges in its own right. Okay, there are coins that are lower mintage compared to any other date around it. Okay, second, it's going to be a coin that is really tough to find with full bands. Okay, you would have to have a really nice hammered mid-state 65 or 64 and higher coin to achieve that kind of grade. Now, the one example you see here is also CAC certified. It's just bones above the rest. One of the nicest, strongest, highest graded 21s that I have seen. Okay, it's also gold shielded by PCGS. All right, so this one right here is sold for $16,800. It was sold by TNFC. Free shipping. I mean, why not, right? But this coin again could either slot right into a registry set for people that are doing the Mercury Dime series. But all in all, it is also a great investment coin, or just a really nice one for a collection. Mercury Dimes are so popular anyways that, this one will have a lot of staying power in the market. If it could resell in 5 years for possibly $30,000. Okay, that's how important this coin is to the market. All right, so very, very nice coin, really pretty. The next one, actually, number 7, is not a coin at all. As a matter of fact, it's an old San Francisco 30-ounce assay bar of silver. It's crazy. This is probably maybe circa 1880s, 1890s, if I had to venture a guess. This big old hunkin' chunk of silver right here was made at the San Francisco assay office. All right, it is 999 fine, actually 999.75 fine, so it's quite nice. This is just, a very nice early government ingot that you don't see that often, but if you did come across it like an LCS or something, maybe in a smaller size, do not turn your back away from it. Unless they were asking like moon money for these things, which, there is a huge premium for early 19th century assay ingots and bullion. Okay, if they're asking Mel for stuff like this, even though it might be cleaned or something, I would definitely pick it up because these have a tremendous secondary market value above and beyond what the intrinsic value of the metal is. All right, so here is the eBay listing. It was sold by Sahara Coins, another staple in the coin game. Sold and bid up to $18,100.56. This was sold November 2nd. Yeah, nice early sale right here. Just a really high quality specimen. Okay, so the number 6 coin on the list is probably one of my favorites, only because I'm very partial to Carson City struck coins. Now, what we have here is an 1877 Carson City double eagle. So it's got a $20 face value. Carson City gold is among some of the most sought after investment pieces on the secondary market. Okay, I would be blessed just to own a Carson City gold. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be the largest denomination. in U.S. coins, but certainly there are lesser expensive alternatives and probably lower grade specimens that can be had for a few $1,000s. So this one right here grades out as a PCGS AU55, or 58 rather, my apologies. And this one sold for $19,500 on November 3rd. It was sold by a company called Aiden Coins. They have quite the nice feedback. They've been around the business, I'm sure, for quite some time. But this is a nice solid sale here. Again, you'd be hard pressed to find one that is mid-state 61 and higher. They just don't exist in this day and age. A lot of the higher graded specimens are tightly kept in collections, and we probably won't be seeing them that often. Okay, it might be like once a year that a mid-state version of this particular date. And by the way, 1877 is one of the more common dates, even though the mintages are still quite small for it. But this is the most readily available date out of any other Carson City gold. But this one right here, 19.5, really solid. The number 5 coin on the list is going to be just, again, another staple in numismatics. The 1955 doubled die obverse Lincoln wheat cent. All right, the nicer the better. They command so much more money. Okay, but take a look at the grade. It's a PCGS Mid-State 66 brown. It's also worth mentioning that this is a top pop coin in brown designation. Okay, whereas, like full red, I believe 67 might be the highest, or 67 plus. I gotta double check that. But this one right here, just a sweet looking coin of one of the biggest varieties in coins. Okay, there are people that aren't even in the hobby and they know about the doubled die obverse 1955. So this one right here is just a tremendous example, great investment quality piece, and one in which that will continue to go up in value the longer you hold it. All right, so this one right here is sold for $29,000 on November 6th by Rob's Coins on eBay, and just a tremendous example. Okay, so yeah. Top Pop, I think the previous example sold for in excess of $30K. So this one right here is a relative bargain compared to that earlier sale. All right, so we're getting down the list with the number 4 coin. So here's another recognizable variety. This one is the 1918 over 7D Buffalo Nickel. Okay, this is like you open up the Red Book price guide, you see this coin along with a close-up picture of the date. This is a good one. It's a PCGS Old Rattler AU50. It's also CAC Gold Bean certified. That's kind of a big deal because that's the more elite CAC certification that you could get on these coins. But this one right here is just a fantastic, just absolutely beautiful for its grade variety. Okay, and they're all extremely valuable. If you're lucky enough to find an 18 over 7 in any grade, congratulations. It's very sought after, even in problem type grades. People just want these. So this one right here sold for $29,250 by Kedsey Coins. All right, this one sold on November 18th. And that is a fantastic sale. These are, I always see these things going up in price, especially as less of them are available out there on the secondary market. Okay, so our number 3 coin on the list is going to be quite an unusual piece. And if you give me a little bit of time to explain exactly what this is, it's an 1851 Augustus Humbert gold slug. All right, so this one will trick a lot of people. You're not really sure what it is, but what it is, it's an older like private minted gold, and not so much private minted because Augustus Humbert actually worked for the San Francisco Mint. Okay, more specifically, he worked in the assay office. So this was his design. It was produced at the assay office. It says 880 reeded, and 880 is actually the fineness of the gold. So it's a .880 fine gold reeded edge $50 face value gold slug. All right, so this one right here is an NGC XF45. Okay, this is just an unusual piece, but these are very desirable, especially if you're lucky enough to own one in mint state condition. Okay, even has 880 in the working die on there, along with the date and everything else. It's just interesting that it's also a reeded edge. All right, especially for an octagonal piece. This one sold for $33,500. It's also worth noting that this particular gold numismatic item is in R5, which means there are 75 to 100 pieces known extant of this particular numismatic item. Okay, I don't even know if I want to call it gold or bullion or whatever the case may be. It's just an unusual piece, just a great early California gold type example. And this one was also sold, by the way, by Jared's Estate Collectibles. So, you know, pretty nice, unusual find. Go ahead and check them out if you like unusual stuff. All right, so we are at the number 2 coin on the list, and this is actually one of my favorites. This is one of the earliest U.S. coins that exist. It's actually a 1776 Continental dollar. Okay, this one is a pewter composition, which you don't see in coins ever. You know, this was a very unusual coin that circulated quite a lot in the earliest days of America. All right, so this one right here is a PCGS older generation VF25 graded example, and then this one right here sold for $33,800. And guess what? David Lawrence Rare Coins was actually the host on this one. No surprise at all. His fingerprints are on a lot of high-profile coins. So if you're looking for like a really spectacular investment piece, David Lawrence does good by his customers. I've bought a few coins from him in the past. Not quite 33 grand, but you know their service and attention to detail is second to none for people that request it. All right. Okay, and then we are bound to get to where we need to get with the number 1 coin on the list. Yeah, we made the number 1 huge, because this is a certainly huge coin, but it's an 1895 Morgan dollar. It's not just any Morgan dollar. This is actually a proof Morgan dollar. All right, it's very rare. Only a few hundred proof coins were ever produced in 1895. Not a lot. All right, not enough to wet the collective whistles of the investor groups out there. But this one right here grades out NGC Proof 63. As you can see with these Proof Morgans, the strikes are just amazing, just simply amazing. You would be hard pressed to see this kind of like strong, just well detailed strike on even a business strike coin. It doesn't even matter the date. I mean, this thing is absolutely phenomenal. So, being that it's the number 1 coin for the month of November on eBay, it has to have sold for a good chunk of money. And it sure did, too. This one brought home $63,795. Just a absolutely amazing coin. And somehow I omitted the seller on this one. But this is a easily findable coin on eBay if you needed to. But yeah, you know, if you were a completist in collecting a complete series of coins or a specific series or denomination, this one will probably end up on your short list of coins that you're gonna have to save a lot of money to obtain. So it's just a beautiful coin. I'm glad that this one is certainly on the list. And we'll probably end up talking about this one in the future too. So that's going to go ahead and do it. We covered all 10 coins on the list. Go ahead and take another glance at them all, except the 2 on the left there. I didn't have slab photos, but that's okay. But it was sure a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think about the top 10 sold coins on eBay kind of portfolio that we got going on. I could do this once a month at the beginning of the month to get you guys all pumped up for other collectible ideas in the hobby. So that's going to go ahead and do it on this one. Nice and relatively quick video. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. As always, go ahead and hit the like button, feel free to share the video, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. All of the extra support will go a long way during these crazy, crazy times. So until that vaccine comes, you guys stay together, be healthy. Coinaholics, we're also discovering together as well. Thank you for joining me on the Blue Ridge High Rollers video. You guys take care. Happy hunting, happy collecting, and I will see you on the next one.